Welcome, Leo, to your weekly tarot reading. I am Veronica. This is Veronica's Dreams. This reading is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It is for the week of April 19th. So we're going to take a look at the overall energy using a major arcana and how the energy progresses throughout the week. Challenge, unseen, and unexpected with a top it off with a oracle card at the end from the enchanted map for advice. Let's get moving. Ooh, that one wanted to come out. Ooh, death card. Things are changing for you this week. You might be dealing with some changes. Now, because it's the death card, it's not like the tower, it's not sudden. You're probably expecting this or you're working on things. This could be weight loss. This could be, changes in, spirituality. It could be changes in job, anything, but it's usually more personal. I don't get the death card like with relationship type changes unless the relationship is growing because you are. It's more about you, specifically. The death card asks us to, understand that sometimes we need to let go of things to allow ourselves to grow. Caterpillar to butterfly, etc. Right? That kind of energy. So we'll take 3 cards. How does the week progress? Starting with beginning, middle, end. How does this go for Leo this week? It is the Queen of Clarity, which is the Queen of Swords. I feel like you're going to understand something really clear. You've got the Emperor. Not only understanding, but really taking control and taking charge of something here. And ending with reflection, which is the Hangman. You may need to take that time, right, to reflect, to understand, to go within, take some time out here. That Emperor card is pretty big because when we really take on that Emperor, it's a big card. What you don't see is the Queen of Wands, which is you. We'll get to that. Unexpected. The Lovers, partnerships, love. Let's see what happens in challenges is the King of Wands. And that's interesting with the Lovers there. So you may have and the Queen of Wands. There could definitely be a change in a relationship. Okay, so that's it with that. Let's move to reading it and then clarifying. So Queen, I'll show you the cards more when we get a little deeper. I like to read them as a whole. So we have the Queen of Clarity, which is the Queen of Swords, understanding, having direct action, being clear on what you want, understanding what you want, kind of almost like with blinders on. She's looking out towards the past, holding that crystal. So I do feel like there is an energy of you going, this is exactly what I want. And you know what you want. It's like, how do I get it? How do I go after it? I do like the Emperor in the middle of the week showing that the control, the taking charge of it as well. Now, and the Emperor is also a fire energy. It's the card of Aries, but it is that strong card. So you will be doing that. But towards the end of the week, there's something that pulls you back a little bit. I think it might be this Queen of Wands and what you don't see. Keep in mind that what you don't see, you may never understand that energy. It's just something that's happening that you don't understand, don't see, but it's affecting you in a way that you may not realize. So what do we, and sometimes they are more clear than, but I'm finding lately it's like not at all clear. So, what is the Queen of Clarity here? What is she trying to tell us? Queen of Pentacles. You feel like you're trying to really reach some kind of dream, like you're wanting more. Queen of Pentacles rules the home, the earth, the growth. She's kind of like almost like a empress type energy, but she's about money too. So like, you could be looking at how do I, maybe in a job, how do I reach this? Retirement, how do I get there? Even as a young person, What's my next step in a job? That this is usually around jobs, home, things like that. It could be looking at buying a new home, but this is telling me you know exactly what you want. So you're like, I want this job, I want this money, I want this home. You know what you want, and that's the planning piece. Okay, so the Queen of Swords is going to plan and she's headed that direction. I feel like, though, at the beginning of the week, it becomes clear what you want. Okay. So then we've got the Emperor in the middle of the week. He is about control. He is stability. He is a leader. He is taking control. So I feel like you're going to be taking control of something here. Yes, some kind of new energy, new beginning. You're like, okay, it's time to do something. Now it comes from that queen, but you're taking control and jumping in now, and you're saying it's time to jump in and do it. But you take a little step back here. Reflection card, Hangman, energy of taking that step back, reflecting on what you know. I call the Hangman reflection because it's not just about stepping away and looking at things from a different perspective. We also have to remember to self reflect, to say, am I needing to have a different outlook? Am I stuck on my visions and not seeing the whole picture? So it's more than just suspending yourself and looking at things differently. It's also self-reflection. Yeah, you're looking at this situation and going, I don't want to get stuck with anything. Eight of Swords. I don't want to be in a place where I can't move forward, where I can't go somewhere. I can't do something. There's something here with whatever decision, whatever you're taking control of, where you could also feel stuck if you do this wrong, or even if you do it right. That's what you're reflecting on. Is this going to hinder my goals here? Because this is really deep goals what you have here at the beginning of the week. So by the end of the week, you're going to take a step back a little bit. You have the Queen of Wands in what you don't see. I think this is like trusting yourself a little bit here, Leo. You might need to do that. But tell me more about this Queen and the what we don't see. What is this telling us here? Yeah, Six of Cups. So yeah, this is kind of like that reminder, like, you know, um, from the past, like that feeling of, I know I can do this. I've done it before. So there is a feeling here where you don't realize this, but this is something that you've done before and you've done well with it because it's the Queen of Wands there. So I just think if it was just the Six of Cups, I would say, take a look at it. But I feel like it's saying you've done it and you've done it well. Let's take a look at this Lovers card in your unexpected. So this is partnerships. This may be a choice too. Okay, so the Lovers card isn't just about love and partnerships. It's also about making choices. It could be partner choices. I'm pulling two here. Empress of the Wheel of Fortune. And the reason why I pulled two, you're getting a lot of majors. This is going to be an impactful week for you in one way or another. But there is this, you really want, there's something here with the unexpected, you understand, I think, here that the partner is imperative to you really taking care of things, Empress, and to really move forward. That time is moving, and you know that. And I feel like for overall that you understand that the partnership is important, or for some of you, it could be finding a partner is going to be important for you to reach your dreams. But you're at a point where you're like, you want that. You want to take care of things. You want to be in a position of taking care of something here. And I think you realize what you need to do that. And that's what's going to pop in. Is there anything more with this Lovers? There's the Empress showed up again. So yeah, you really want to nurture something here. It could be partnership. It could be love. It could be even mom energy as well. But this is like, this is going to be almost like your deciding factor on this unexpected energy of taking care of things, but I do feel like it still is on point with what you want. So your challenge is the King of Wands. I want to pull this to see if this is somebody, or is this your energy, like really just saying, you know, I'm going to look at myself, and the hard part is, you know, trusting yourself, leveling up a little bit within yourself. Tell me more about this King, or it could be someone. Seven of Wands. It could be someone. So there could be someone here where you have to talk it. You have your ideas. You've got the Lovers coming in as unexpected. You've got the Seven of Wands clarifying this King of Wands. Seven of Wands is about standing up for yourself. So there may be someone in your life, the partner, this person that would be depicted in the Lovers card, maybe, that you have to kind of stand up to say, no, this is what I really want. And you're having a little bit of a struggle with it because you kind of feel like, am I going to be stuck? But you do want to stand up, at least say something, you know, say, I want this. This is what I want. This is where I'm going. This is my overall where I want to be. Let's take a look. Is there anything else? What time is it? Is there anything else for our Leos here? I'll pull a couple more cards. You got the Devil, the Hierophant. You're pulling all kinds of majors. This is a big week for you. Whatever this Queen of Swords, Queen Clarity, whatever you decide, whatever is making you feel very clear about what you want to do, it's very important. The Devil, I would say that watch out for um, enticements that may not be the best for you. Like, oh, I just want XYZ because, you know, instead of, I know what I need, the Hierophant, you know, that's a spirituality card. That's a commitment card. That's knowledge, teaching, learning as well. So I think it's saying, understand what you've been addicted to and attached to in the past, and maybe that needs to be removed as you move forward into this new decision. So instead of making the decisions like you did in the past, maybe that's what the Queen of Wands is about. You need to make it differently. You need to do things a little differently. Let's pull your Enchanted Map Oracle, your advice for the week. Let's see what that is. That is 44 strength. 44 strength. I mean, it's going to be like the strength card, right? I'm sure. Um, I used to use this deck a while ago. I used to actually use it for readings, but I think it's much better for advice. So here is the strength card. Your true strength, your true strength comes from self-reliance alone, but not from a sincere faith in a higher. Oh wait, sorry, this is wrong. It's kind of written in like cursive. Your true strength comes not from self-reliance alone, but from a sincere faith in a higher power. The strength to accomplish even the most daunting task is yours at this time. You can connect with, excuse me, and is that right? And channel the power of the universe. The strength card indicates that your ideas are being tested and refined, and your relationships are being deepened. That makes sense with the reading. It really does. No matter what happens, nothing can move you off the course of evolution as the potency of your connection becomes more obvious. You're able to harness the creative energies that are available to you. Have courage and dive in. The magic is in the process of finding a form to take. When you remember that real strength comes from a combination of your efforts and reliance on a higher power working through you, all is possible. You can do anything. It's also about trusting yourself, I think. The strength card in this case is trust yourself. I think you need to. This is a tough reading. I'm not going to say it's not. It's not bad by any means, but you're making a big decision here, and there's other people involved. And that always makes it harder, right? So I hope you enjoyed the reading. Give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Take care. Have a great week. Thank you.